Okay, my mic is not plugged in. And mic is on. Hello everyone and welcome back to another stream. Let me just make sure and TikTok closed on. Okay. But let me go get the YouTube chat up so I don't mess up like last time and accidentally not catch someone's message. So alright, I got chat up this time. I remembered. And I'm just waiting for TikTok to come out. Still loading. But anyway, today's stream we are going to be lining in both Lumiere and Caleb X-02. At least the goal is going to get both of them lined in. But for at the very least, I want to get Xavier, but the goal will be both of them. So let me go ahead and give me 1 second. Need to adjust TikToks really quick. Can you only select one topic in TikTok? Does fandom count? Like, I guess this is fandom. Yeah, I think you can only select one topic. What if it's like art and fandom? Alright, alright. I guess we'll do fandom, I guess. Well, technically this is art, but it's also fandom. Okay. Okay, well, it is fandom, so we'll stick to that. Okay, I'm gonna go live. Okay, so TikTok's up and running. Let's go ahead and dive into things. So it's been a while since the last time I streamed. It's been 2 weeks since the last time I've streamed. And the first excuse was that the weather was kind of icky, so there were some strong winds the night I was supposed to stream, and I just didn't want to deal with internet issues, so I just skipped that day. Week after that, I got busy, not to mention I had like a persistent headache that I still kind of have now, but it's not as bad. Like, it's just right now, it's just a light persistent pressure. So I don't know. It's hard to explain. I'm taking next week off work just to let myself rest for a little bit. But I don't know if it's still hanging around by next week, I may actually just go to the doctor to get it checked out and make sure it's nothing serious. Like, I know I'm already pushing it by going for more than by practically a week. But it's one of those things that it kind of just comes and goes. And it's not like debilitating, it's not painful. Like the first night, yeah, sure, it was painful, but after that, like, it wasn't that bad. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let me just get a little. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Okay, he's not gonna have a mouth for a hot minute. That's okay. Where's your red sketch? Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and start lining. Okay. So I'll probably be trying to get myself back onto a streaming schedule over the next couple of months. My parents traveled back home. They stayed with me for quite a while, so part of the reason why my schedule was a bit on the erratic side the past month or so. Well, past couple of months, actually. So yeah, when my parents back home, I can. Ooh, that's very thick. It's very thick. How thick is this? Why is it 25? Did I know it's supposed to be locked. 25 is too thick for that pen. Okay. Yeah, I must have touched the knob by accident. But yeah, with my parents no longer visiting, I can go back to a more regular schedule and I can probably plan out streams a little bit better. So I'm probably going to try to get myself back onto a schedule. I'm more than likely going to keep Tuesday. Thursday and Friday tend to be kind of on the random side for me. Like I can't make any promises. So for sure, I'm going to be squeezing in at least one weekend stream, maybe Saturday evenings. We'll see. Because right now, I can confidently say Tuesday will be a stream day, since that's the schedule I've been following over the past couple of months, more or less. And then, okay, wait, let me get a window floating out here. We're gonna be on the slow side. I can feel it. I can sense it. To be fair, I have like a lot of windows open too, so it's not like I can complain all too much. Okay, yeah, we're on the slow side. Is there anything I can close my computer that will help with performance? I think I'll close Firefox for now since I do have the stream on my phone. I'm just gonna lose the ability to check on metrics, but for the sake of my computer, I think the less windows open, the better. I've also just been very tired the past couple of weeks. I also don't know if the headaches that I'm experiencing is because of stress. I don't know if it's stress related or if I just need a break because I know I've been putting a lot of pressure on myself for the market in May. So that is one main concern with the headache at the moment. Because it's one of those, like, it's not excruciatingly painful, but it just doesn't want to really, like, leave either. Which is the concerning part, is just, like, I don't know if it's one of those things that it's there and I notice something because I'm just worried about it, or if it's genuinely, like, something I need to go get checked out. Right now, I'm just hoping it's stress, and I try to kind of find ways to self-soothe. But if it goes on for too long, I may just try to go to my doctor. I may also want to schedule a physical on top of that while I'm at it. I also ended up gaining 15 pounds while my parents were visiting. My mom's cooking is just that good, and I have part of the reason why I put myself on a calorie deficit and I actually measure my calories is because otherwise I have absolutely no control. And it's the calorie deficit, and pretty much just tracking food is like the primary reason I got close to my goal weight. But I started getting very lazy on actually tracking and measuring my food, and I just let myself eat. And yeah, ended up gaining 15 pounds. So nothing that it's like, genuinely, it could be worse because my parents were visiting for almost 5 months this time. What did I say? Hold on. Okay. Not sure what I said that triggered TikTok, but Give me 1 second. TikTok's being weird. Okay. But yeah. Yeah, parents are visiting, and with my mom around, like, one, I love her cooking. Two, she loves to feed. So it was just like at some point I kind of just gave up tracking because I was under the mindset it's like, okay, they'll travel back. They're traveling back soon, so might as well just like I let myself take a break. So ended up and the funny thing is it's like I gained the most weight during the last few weeks that they were visiting. But aside from that, like it was more of a I don't want to say seesaw, but it definitely had like I would lose and then I would gain, but yeah, but ultimately, I'm 15 pounds more than when they first came to visit. So now it's trying to get myself back to where I was prior to them leaving because prior to them getting here because prior to them getting here, um, I was 5 pounds away from my goal weight. So yeah, I know how to get myself back on track, but if you've ever been on a calorie deficit, like with the intention for some degree of weight loss, it can be tough. Mm-hmm. I feel like I have no control over this one. Also, when I wrap up the Chibis until May, I think for streams, we're gonna just go ahead and focus on sticker designs for streams. Like I said, I have this one fourth wing idea that I think would be most ideal for the stream. Um, and pretty much it's going to be a sticker of, it's definitely going to be like one of the more detailed ones, but it's going to be something about family, and then it's going to have Sigale, Taryn, Zayden, and Violet with Andarna all just kind of like sitting together, and that's their little family. Just gonna bring the eye in a little bit more. Yes, the wing here is a lot sharper than in the other one. Let's kind of reduce that a little bit, or just get rid of it entirely. Eh. Let me up the opacity because I'm just having a hard time seeing what's going on here. Oh no, wrong layer. Eh. Why am I struggling so much with this eye? Because it's not that sharp. Oh gosh. Well, I guess it's gonna be fine. Okay, I see where the issue is. I keep getting away. I also need to edit the vlog, which I ended up going with that faceless format instead for the vlog, so until I build up the courage to actually show my face, which again, I mentioned this in one of them, that it's kind of ironic because I have posted selfies of myself on my Twitter at some point and my Blue Sky, and when I was still active there, Tumblr. So yeah, a very interesting dynamic. Like, it's not like I'm exactly shy to show my face, but I don't know. There's something about showing my face on the blog that's a different story for some reason. Also trying to get myself to stop holding myself so tense, especially when I'm crocheting, because that's one thing I've noticed is that my shoulders are always so tense or like my jaws clench. So I'm not sure if that might be an explanation to where my headache is coming from. Could be. All I know is that right now I'm low-key kind of sleepy. I don't know why, but Bad Romance has been playing in my head nonstop. Before it was Rock Your Body. Like on my drive home, my brain was just replaying Rock Your Body the entire time. I can't even begin to explain that one. Xavier's hair was also giving me a little bit of problems. I don't like that little stray hair. Also, has anyone noticed the weather's been kind of weird lately? Another thing, I'm not sure if that's contributing to the headache. Just I know sudden weather changes tend to affect me more than I'd like. I am so sleepy, but it's not bedtime yet. Am I gonna put my phone on something I'm not supposed to? My feet up. Okay, my feet are cold too. It's such a weird weather change because in the afternoon it's warm, but then in the evening it gets cold again, and my body isn't what it used to be. I just barely turned 32. It's like really I couldn't get at least a year before the changes started kicking my ass. I should not be using that language on the stream. I make it very clear my content is not for children. That is not my eraser. Just gonna make a quick layer, really quick, just so I can draw in the mask. Okay, now let's go back and erase the boogers. Will I be able to do Caleb tonight? I don't know. Is this gonna be another false promise? Probably, maybe. I'm so sorry. But hopefully, the goal, at the bare minimum, I want to get Xavier lined at the. If we're able to, we'll get both of them lined because the sooner I get them lined, the sooner I could get them colored in, the sooner I could get them colored in, the sooner I can render them, and the sooner I get them rendered, the sooner I can prep them for my manufacturers because these designs are going to be prints, stickers, and um, and acrylic charms. There you go. Yeah, this part of his head gets weird. It's just a lot of this part kind of just like curves dramatically and then just falls flat. That's my main issue with it, I think. Still very EP. Still very EP. I'm an EP girl. I personally want to make these streams last an hour, but then I start late. I don't like that. Yeah, there's something about his head that throws me off. I think it's this piece. Yeah, this part of his head kind of just rounds out a little too much. But then it feels like it falls too flat if I do that. You know what I just realized? It could also be the allergy pill I just took trying to kick in. Because I don't know, is it an allergy? Should I be concerned? Is WebMD gonna tell me I have some life-threatening disease? Who's Richard Champion? How may I know them? Yeah, I just remembered I took that allergy pill. That might be the reason I'm so sleepy. Boy, do I know how to... I'm a hot mess. Yeah, I think that works a lot better. We're not gonna try and make his hair... Is his hair scruffy, though? Xavier, where are you? Oh, did I? Yeah, I hit that. He does have some... He does have flyaways. We'll keep the flyaways. Oh, before I mess that up. I don't know. I also remember Suga from Haikyuu. He was another character that gave me a lot of problems when it came to his hair. I think I'm just not good with this kind of hairstyle. suit should be a better time, though. Famous last words. Oh yeah, also the Devi Ghost might make a comeback. And for context, the Devi Ghosts were pretty much the mascots. I pretty much got an idea one day and I'm just like, oh, what if we have like little demon ghosts? And maybe I could also give them the halo too. Xavier's outfit has a lot of lines. Caleb is gonna be worse. Caleb's a lot of like much more sharper lines. So I probably shouldn't complain about Xavier. Xavier is actually not as bad as Caleb's gonna require quite a bit of detail, mainly because his is a mecha suit, and that comes with much more precise lining. Okay, okie dokie, okie dokie. I'm very EP. How many times am I gonna just repeat I'm EP? Because I'm EP. Why does it keep saying that Okay, TikTok is throwing me for a loop because they are saying I'm doing inorganic gift solicitation. I don't even understand what that is. And it's not like I'm asking for things. I'm just saying I'm sleepy. Like, what part of I'm sleepy is gift solicitation? I may end up cutting TikTok short just because it's being annoying. I don't know why it's even giving me that notice. It's not like I'm asking for anything. I'm just saying I want sleep. If it does the notice one more time, I'm probably just gonna cut TikTok short. Because I'm not even asking for anything. And how much do you want to bet it's going to be a robot reviewing the appeal and it's going to give it to me again? I think this is the first stream I've done since they've swapped owners for the app. I didn't make the sword detail at all, which I know is going to come and bite me in the butt right now. Yes, I hid his other arm behind his back to avoid the joys of sketching out another. I do not understand his outfit one bit. I wanted. No, no, not what I intended. Just gonna minimize that, and we will just go ahead. Erase the insides. We're gonna do the same thing with the moon. One is here. Still sleepy. Sorry if I'm not really talking much. I'm focused. Two, I'm EP. Let's not do. I looked down on OBS and I was just like, who's messaging me? That's not Discord. Again, EP. It's already 10 o'clock. That's time to get ready for bed too. So did not get. I want to at least try and get to Caleb. But we'll push stream a little bit longer. Because technically I haven't streamed for an hour yet, and I would like to reach the 1 hour mark. I think I'll save Xavier's sword for later. I don't know. I don't know. All you guys need to know about me is I'm a hot mess. And sleepy. I am very sleepy. The majority of this stream is just gonna be like, I'm sleepy, guys. I'm so sleepy. Well, do you wanna hear about how sleepy I am? Oh, does that make for an interesting stream? Probably not, but that is the current state of my brain. Brain wishes that we just sleep. But we cannot sleep because we got things to do. We will get to Caleb today. At least we're gonna get Caleb started. Pretty sure TikTok is depressing. I forgot to look at chat. I got into the habit of looking at chat. Like, it's easier to keep an eye on TikToks because it's like right in front of me. The other one is like literally off to the side, and like if I look over, it's because something changes on the screen that happens to catch my eye. I need to fix that. I feel like this is too skinny. Yeah, that's what we want to do. Let's give it a little bit more volume, but not a lot. I think the sword is something I'll leave for a different time and then scream at myself when I return to it. Because I don't feel like drawing the sword right now. Where's my other stuff here? My toes are cold. I'm sleepy, I'm cold. I just want to be comfy. freak me out. Okay. I'll worry about his sword a different day because I don't feel like doing it right now. I want to, at the very least, get to Caleb because Caleb does need a little bit of touching up. But when I look at him side by side with Xavier, it's not too bad when it comes to the length of his mouth. I think maybe even Zane. For sure, his eyes need to get a little bit bigger. Okay, so let's go ahead, get started on Caleb. I remember how to do my job properly. Great, good, I remembered. Okay, let's just go ahead and do this. Yeah, I definitely need to get larger. Yeah, larger. Larger and maybe up a little. But first, let's get well, actually face might need to. So let's focus on, let me at least go down here and make the adjustment for this piece right here. Now I'm gonna try to avoid his hair because I don't wanna adjust his hair. I just wanna adjust the eye, maybe a little bit of the eyebrow. Let me close out of Xavier. And let me open a new one for Caleb. Have I mentioned I'm EP? I'm just so sleepy. Okay. Yeah, I made them bigger, but it feels like their centers aren't. Okay, let me remove the ruler really quick. I do want to. No, just. Well, to be fair, I only need to enlarge one side. So if I just get the one side in the position that I want it, that should be good enough. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, ignore the fact that he looks lopsided, but with the ruler, we should be able to get the eye where we need it to. Let me just lower the opacity on the red sketch really quick. Because I think what he needs is a larger eye, and might even move it down a little bit. Like, completely butchered his eyebrows. I think. His eyes could use a little more touch up. I feel like his eyes are too big. Oh, come on. Okay. Now his eyes feel too big. Yeah, they're roughly where they're supposed to be. Okay, yeah, that's a lot better. Kind of what makes Caleb a little easier is that literally the symmetry ruler just makes it a lot easier to get his stuff drawn out. I am so happy I went with a symmetrical design for Caleb. Definitely making my job easier right now. That's not his belly button. There's like literally a little design there that appears in the drawing that I choose not to leave out. It's ringing in my ear. Okay, so far Caleb is looking good. Just need to go in with lighter pressure on this pit. And because it's small scale, it's not too hard to keep the line straight. It's harder to keep the line straight when you're working with thinner lines and thinner lines and I don't think that's what that does, but I have my subview hiding somewhere over here. No, we'll just keep it there. It's a small video. I was gonna look that before I do it. I like his expression. Da, 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 da. I am confident that we can get Caleb done tonight. Except his hands. I'll leave Xavier's and Caleb's hands for another day. Because I don't think I have the mental capacity to figure out hands. likes on the ruler. Well, the thighs could have, but I digress. You know, surprisingly, out of all of them, I think Caleb, the one that I was thinking would require the most intricate detail because of all the mech stuff. Yeah, ended up becoming, I think, probably the easiest out of all of them. I'm gonna eat those words later, aren't I? I got a feeling I'm gonna eat those words. Bum, bum, bee, dum, bum, bum, bee, bum, bum. Yeah, the other thing that I need to do is try out the microphone that I bought. Have I mentioned that like the audiobooks have me in a certain kick where I want to like learn how to do voiceovers and do narrations? Because I'm so in love with the dramatized novels available on Spotify. Or not Spotify. What's the name? Audible. And yeah, I know Libby has a few of the dramatized versions on their platform, but I don't know, there's something about dramatized audiobooks that really brings things to life. Not that there's anything wrong with regular narration, I kind of want to learn how to do both. But yeah, it's got me on a certain kick where I want to learn how to do a little bit of voice acting, just for funsies. Hands are going to be a problem for another day because I say so. And I think his hair is something that we can get done really relatively quickly. Oh my gosh, TikTok. Yeah, not sure how I'm enjoying TikTok Live. I think I may just go stick with YouTube. If I'm gonna dual stream, I think I might just stick to YouTube and Twitch. Because I don't know. Something about TikTok right now is kind of rubbing me the wrong way because Appeal didn't get approved. How much do you want to bet that Appeal isn't even reaching a human? More than likely it isn't. And I'm aware of it. Because I have not done anything that this thing striked me for. I wouldn't be surprised if they even suppress the stream just because of the false strike. Yeah, just to keep my account safe. Genuinely, I think I might just avoid streaming on here. Because if that strike is going to lead to my account getting suspended, I don't want to risk it. The other thing, WAP. The songs currently playing in my head go along the lines of Baby Shark is just here to stay, so there's not getting rid of that. That one song, I guess Everybody Dies, but I forget who the artist is. Bad Romance, Rock That Body. They're all just playing in my head on repeat for some godforsaken reason. Like I said, Baby Shark's here to stay. That one I don't mind, especially since my brain tends to do like a more sped up, almost EDM version for me. So yeah, yeah, I think I may go back to streaming on Twitch. I'll figure out how to get it to dual stream on Twitch and maybe YouTube, because if TikTok is gonna give false strikes, like what's the point of risking my account? I am determined to get as much of Caleb done as possible. I feel like his hair on the sides is a little too flat, and almost like his cheeks aren't round enough. Almost there. That did wonders. Okay. First time doing Caleb's hair. I don't know how I feel about it. One this. Okay. Let's get that started sooner. There. I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. It's gonna be the same question. Yeah, the hair on this side is still flat. That is too spiky. I need to look up better. Okay, I'm probably gonna look up the Chibis and because this feels like it's still too flat. Okay, wrong pen. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it night because I know I'm sleepy. I may revise his hair a little bit more. And yeah, there's something about his hair that doesn't feel quite right. I may look up what the Chibis look like in comparison because I feel like it's the same issue with Xavier. Like, it's not round enough. It feels like there's something flat about it. So I think I'll leave this here and stew on it a little bit more before I finish it. But we'll be doing what I have been and just work on this off stream. And I don't know if next stream we'll continue working with this or not, but for right now, I'm gonna call the stream there. And thank you everybody for joining and have a great night.